Hi guys, Lindsay here with Storybook Family Farm. Today I thought I would take you around and show you a little bit more of the inside of the house because after today things are going to start really looking a lot different in here. So we are currently in the living room. I got the first coat of the black floor paint put on. There's just a few spots that I couldn't get because we have stuff in the way. So we've already seen the living room if you've been with us for a little while now. That right up there is where there was a wood burner that had like a bit of a chimney fire. So eventually we'll put another wood burner in up there and just run like a stainless steel pipe outside because the chimney is damaged. So we can't actually like reuse the chimney that's there. It's got massive, massive cracks in it from a chimney fire. So that's the only damage from the fire. It's just right around the outpost, so it's really not that big of a deal. And the ceiling, that was removed before we ever like looked at the house. That was already removed. So from the living room, you end up walking into the dining room, and the dining room's been partially finished already by the people that we bought the house off of, but they stopped partially through, which is kind of bizarre because they didn't finish the flooring at all. So it's kind of odd because the flooring was here. There's a couple boxes of flooring here to finish the job, so that'll be left up to us, I suppose. And then from the dining room, here is the bathroom. Nothing too exciting in here. Toilet, sink, no vanity. Underneath the sink is where I found all those razor blades because at one point there was a old-fashioned vanity in here that had one of those little slot thingies in it for disposing of your razors at home, and it just drops them down into the wall. And I assume the design was to never open up your walls and add insulation because otherwise it's a very dangerous job to do that. And then over here is the bathtub. The water here, I would assume, has a lot of iron in it due to how much rust and orange is on there. So we will probably end up having to get a water softener installed. So really not anything too crazy. And then from the bathroom you go back into the dining room, and here is the kitchen. So we are getting a new sink. We found one at Habitat for Humanity. It was only $45 for a brand spanking new sink. So we got a new one because no one wanted to clean any of that nastiness out. So I think it's a $45 well spent for something that's brand new and not nasty with God only knows what. So we also got some new countertops too because these are falling apart, and sometimes some stuff you just, no matter how many times you scrub it, it just still feels kind of gross, and I think that's kind of how this kitchen is going to be. So the flooring is partially done. It's kind of the theme with this house, and there is a new sink right over there that is for the bathroom. That also came from Habitat for Humanity, but we did not buy that. The people that were working on the house before we got it, they left it here, so we're gonna add that in probably later on tonight. Since the sinks are not hooked up yet, Tracy told me to get scooting on pulling out this cover, or the countertop, and putting the new sink inside of the countertop, so that way she can just hook in the brand new sink instead of messing with this really gross one. So that is my plan for today. And then over here is where a stove is supposed to go, and back over here is where a fridge is supposed to go. However, this is our fridge that we had when we lived in town. It's one of the few things that we did keep. As you can see, it is a couple inches too tall. So we are going to actually put our stove over here. We got a gas stove that has the propane conversion thingy to it. So we're just going to use propane because Tracy prefers to cook on a gas stove, which it doesn't matter to me. I don't care which type of stove we have. It makes no difference. As long as it gets hot, that's all I need. And then across from the sink is another countertop. The people that were working on the house before us took off all of the cupboard doors for some reason on this area, and I have no idea why or where they're at, so I will have to eventually build new ones, which then again is also not a big deal because I know how to build a lot of things. I like to do a lot of like custom furniture building with pallets and stuff, so for me it's not any big sort of challenge, because this way I could actually like customize it to what we actually want and what we would like. So what we're going to do, because our fridge will not fit over there, I am going to put it where the stove originally was at in this house. I'm just going to cut into the, it's so weird watching your fingers move on camera because you are looking at the camera and it's like looking in a mirror, but your body movements do not move the same way. It's kind of trippy. So haven't figured out the whole hand movements yet for filming. So if you see me like kind of like messing around and like staring at my finger all weird, that's why. It's more tricky than it looks. So anyways, I'm going to cut off some of this. There we go again. There's the weird finger. Some of this here to make room for our fridge. The electric outlet is down there for a electric stove, but like I said, we're not using that. So we would probably use that 240 breaker that's in the basement to run our mini split. To help supplement because there's not central air here, so that will be nice because we can mount that here in the kitchen and have a good amount of air conditioning that can cool the whole lower level of the house. And they're really super efficient, and they also can do heat, so that's kind of a nice feature. And then that there is the door to the dungeon, aka the basement. There's really nothing exciting in there, so yeah. That is the tour of the kitchen. There's nice little shelving up there and a big window. And then there is, the bathroom is an addition onto this house because this house was not built with a bathroom in it. So when they did the addition, they didn't just do a bathroom over there. They also did a second little room area that already has the washer and dryer hookups in it. So we need to put a new window in there, just the bottom pane. And then there's the new countertops that we just got. There's the washer and dryer just set there for right now. Over here is the washer and dryer hookups. So for right now, for ease of simplicity, we will just hook our washer and dryer up in here. I don't know if it'll stay that way or if we'll end up moving them back down to the basement so that way we can have more kitchen space. I'm not really sure. This kitchen is not very big, but it's kind of like it's set up like a galley style kitchen sort of. So it should actually be a very functional kitchen for us with a lot of ample counter space to do stuff for like the farmer's market and making the breads that I make and all of that sort of a thing. But who knows, once you start actually working in a kitchen, you usually realize what the flaws are within it and how you want to change things. So that's something that we might end up changing later on down the line, is we might turn this area in here, instead of having it be like a laundry area, it might end up being excess kitchen space. So we might end up doing like a ton of counter space. I'm not really sure yet though. Everything with us just kind of evolves as we go. So I gotta get busy to get these countertops out because it is going on 3 o'clock right now, and Tracy will be here in like 2 hours expecting the sink to be in. So, all right, if you guys like this content, don't forget to like the video and share it with your friends and subscribe to our channel to be notified every time we post a new video. All right, thanks guys. Have a good one.